And in order to get Ruth from Moab, he had to pull up, dismantled and disarrange the life of a very blessed man. Naomi and her husband and her sons. She had a husband by the name of Elimelech, which means God is king. God caused this man to leave Bethlehem. The word Bethlehem means bread. God caused him to leave the house of bread. Bethlehem means house, and hem is bread. Bethlehem therefore means the house of bread. God caused Elimelech and Naomi and her two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, to migrate from Bethlehem to Moab, because there he had a young woman, although she was a Gentile, a heathen, but God had an appointment for her, a mission and a commission which he had purposed for her life. And God caused these family, he caused a famine to come in Bethlehem. Although it was a place of bread, God caused the famine to come so that they could migrate, and went to Moab to fetch this young woman so that he could bring her to Bethlehem, because he had there an appointment and an appointed plan and purpose for her life. He had planned that she would meet with Boaz, and Boaz and her would father a child who would become the father of Jesse, who would become the father of King David, who would become the offspring of Jesus Christ. God will do whatever it takes. And although he messed up their life because he wanted to bring this young woman from obscurity to notoriety, God will go far, deep, wide, extensive measure to accomplish his purpose. And if you are willing to work with him, he will work with you. I tell you, Naomi's life was completely messed up. Her husband, Elimelech, he died. She became a widow. Her sons, both Mahlon and Chilion, died. Her health began to fail. She was completely mixed up, so that she changed her name from Naomi and called herself Mara, meaning bitter. She became bitter against God because God pulled up her life, or good life that she had at the house of bread, and sent her into Moab. And then her husband died and her two sons died, and she had nothing more to live for. So life was seemingly worthless. But God had not finished with her yet. God worked it and brought her back to Bethlehem and caused Boaz to marry Ruth, and eventually their life was blessed beyond measure. That's, my friend, how far God will go, and he will pull up, as the eagle pulls up his nest, and dismantle it and disperse it, so that the eaglets can leave where they are, so that they can reach where they need to be. That's what's been happening in your life, my friend. God will do it as no one else can. God had an appointment with Solomon to meet him at Jerusalem, at a certain place, at a certain time, at the building of the temple of God. There God met with him and gave him his plan and purpose, so that Solomon could be mobilized and sent on a mission on behalf of God, that he could understand all that what is done under the sun, so that man might know that God is God, and that man at his very best is altogether vanity, and that the whole duty of man is to serve God, fear the Lord, and keep his commandment. That's the mission he gave to Solomon there at Jerusalem. I tell you that God will meet you where you are, right where you are right now. You may be in a situation that is not favorable. You may be in a circumstances that has the better of you. Your enemies may have the upper hand against you. You may feel right now that you are the tail and not the head. You may feel right now that your lenders are lord over you, and they are pressuring you, and your creditors, they are pressuring you because you are unable to meet your financial obligations and commitment. But don't you worry. This is a new day. This is the new dawn. God has heard your cry and He is working it out for you. Now that you are at the place, at the right time, doing what you ought to be doing, is calling upon the name of the Lord. For the Bible declares, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered, shall be set free. Deliverance has come. It is your time. It is your day. It is time for you to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Lift your hands and rejoice. Cry no more. Your weeping is over, because the Bible declares that weeping will endure for the night, but joy will come in the morning. I come to tell somebody, it's your morning. Your night has passed and your day has come. The day of elevation, the day of promotion. It is time that your cup will be filled and running over. Praise the name of the Lord. God will meet you at the appointed place, at the anointed time. Just like He met the woman at the well. That's the place that she was to meet with the man of God, where He could put her life back together again. I know you feel like your life is all dismantled and that your hope is almost gone and that despair has set in. But don't you worry. God will meet you at your well. Praise His mighty name. He met Zacchaeus